Well, my goodness gracious, we are back. How exciting. Oh my goodness, I'm hype. I'm hype. I'm ready for today. How you guys doing? My gosh, welcome back to the stream. It's so nice to have you guys with, I guess with me today. How's your Sunday going? How's it going? For me, it's been pretty chill. Just got some, basically just chores done, getting ready for the week. Nothing too crazy though, just very basic stuff. Honestly, I like a relaxed weekend, in all honesty. It takes some of the edge off from a busy week. So I am super happy to just be streaming a little bit. We're gonna watch a few videos that I'm excited to watch today. And aside of that, I mean, we've still got some Hollow Knight to play as well. I did want to also talk about the love of my life, which is like literally Expedition 33, which became possibly my favorite game of all time. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Here's my Vtuber model. How exciting. I also hope that you guys like the starting soon and closing screen. I'm happy with those, and yeah, if you are new to the stream, feel free to follow. Buttons down there, feel free to follow. Much appreciated to you guys who stop in and say hi. But we're going to be talking about a number of things today, including playing some Hollow Knight to keep on our road to Silk Song. I am quite excited for that. And yeah, so I say we just jump right into it. In all honesty, I just say we jump right into it. So let's go here. So first thing I kind of wanted to talk about today was obviously Expedition 33, but I did want to also get into the Fate Keeper and Tides of Annihilation trailers, and we may or may not get into Warhammer 40k. We may or may not get into that right now. And then obviously wrap up with some, you know, lovely, glorious Team Cherry Hollow Knight, which I am quite excited for. But if there is anything that you guys feel you would be interested in me, you know, watching and everything, if it's good for the stream, then I'll consider watching it. But yeah, anyway, so I say we just get started right away. I say we just get up and going. Feel free to tell me if the audio mixing's a little bit different. I am oh my, loud car. I am trying to make sure that when it comes to my streaming software, that I am getting the highest quality for my microphone, as well as for, how do I put it? Essentially, I want to be sure that I am getting the best audio quality out of my mic, as well as like anything that we're listening to, because I don't want my voice to overpower it too much, but I do want to be able to speak over it at times. Typically though, what I do is I pause the videos, and I can imagine that must be frustrating for some of you guys. I apologize. I got a lot to say about things, so it's hard for me to, you know, just sit and react to something. I find that quite difficult, because I've got so many things to share and so many things I like to talk about, especially when it's content that I genuinely enjoy, you know. So one thing that I do want to take in, Tides of Annihilation trailer. I do want to start with that today. I just want to, you know, get into it, see what it's about, because I have seen nothing related to this game yet. But I hear that it's very good, but I've avoided all spoilers because I want to be sure that going into it, I know absolutely nothing. So I say we just get started with this right heckin' now. Eclipse Glow Games. Oh my god. I'm so excited.
We thought all his knights were dead.
The
Yet
knights.
Lamorak sends one more. I almost admire him.
Tyranno.
Tyranno. Okay.
You're one of the White King's sorceresses. You destroyed the White Lands.
That destruction is in fact salvation.
Okay, so a bad guy who thinks that they're probably doing the right thing. I'm getting that vibe. I'm getting that vibe here. Oh, and you're insane. Yeah, how clear cut can you get?
You're
in all
insane.
You know
Whoa.
not of what you speak.
Oh my god. Okay, we're in it. We're in it. Oh, what the heck, bro? Dude, this combat's insane. What is this? Dude, everything in this is peak. What on earth? What is the background's changing and the environment becoming different? I love that.
She's created another folded realm.
I'm seeing a little bit of dropped frames though. That I am seeing. I know that it said that it was like a build that obviously it's not finished yet. Like, you can't take this as finished product. So I am taking this with a grain of salt, in all honesty, and I think things will be polished up as time goes on.
I can't reach her.
Oh my god, this is cool. Dude, you're just seeing an epic battle happening in the background. I want to fight, though. I want to be the epic person. Take the spear. What? No freaking... Dude. What is happening? Oh my god.
She's human again.
So the bosses can transfer... I wonder if that's something that our character can do. I'm assuming this is our player character. Dude, this combat is smooth. Dude. Also, I'm seeing something down here in the bottom left. Bongo Cat's kind of on top of it, but I'm seeing what almost looks like summons in the bottom. I wonder if that's almost like summons, because it very much looks like it is. How exciting. Oh my gosh. Dude, this is... Can we... Oh my god. Dude, she like ripped the sky in half. What the heck? I'm reminded of Shadowbringers in Final Fantasy XIV, that trailer moment. Dude, this is insane. I'm getting Dark Souls vibes, but like extreme Dark Souls. Dude, what?
We end this.
Dude.
Palamedes!
Palamedes. What the heck? Okay, so that was a summon. That was one of these summon. I think it was this guy. I think it was this guy down here. What is it? Okay, so that's the new boss. Okay.
Enemy of my enemy, I lend you my strength.
We
So-
fight as one.
What is this? It is summons. This is so Final Fantasy. I kind of love it. Dude, I'm getting some vibes from the... What?
Tyranno of nine.
Dude, this needs to stop. This is too cool. What the heck is happening right now?
You will not.
They did not just do a dual attack. They did not just do a group dual attack. That is amazing. So did they say that there's a white king? Like they're like the white king's knights and sorceresses? And it seems like this character is one of the sorceresses, whereas ours is a knight. Bro, this is absurd.
Go to hell!
Can't be more straightforward than that. That's amazing. This gameplay is absurd. What on earth? It's so fast-paced. The environment's changing. This camera angle. Oh my god. What on earth? This is incredible. Just all the effects. And it's not, and here's the thing, it's not just like a bunch of eye candy like effects, you know? It's not just like a bunch of sparkles and like you know, a bunch of like lights and like flabbergasting kind of effects that are grabbing my attention. It's literally the fast-paced combat that's just like, it's grabbing me. It's absolutely grabbing me. This reminds me a little bit of Black Myth Wukong, just a little bit, with like a touch of Dark Souls. Like the combat definitely has speed though that Dark Souls does not have. And it doesn't look like the hitboxes are like, it doesn't look like the hitboxes are incredibly punishing. At least that's what I'm getting out of this. It looks like there's like a lot of area to dodge and block and stuff like that. Like it doesn't look like the timing is too tight. Oh my god, is this the ultimate move? Bruh. What is... Other sorceresses, I assume? Or is this just the same person?
Loyalty has condemned this man.
Dude, what is this? What is this? How are you gonna survive that? How are you gonna survive literally a star falling from the sky? She's gonna survive it somehow, though. Guaranteed. She's main character, so obviously she'll survive. Oh, you have to attack all of the... You have to attack them all, and then... Bruh, there ain't no way. This is so cool! What is happening? Bro, stop! This is so neat! I am so intrigued by what this world is. What is happening? What is going on? Tides of Annihilation, bro. We can wishlist it. Guys, straight up wishlist this on Steam. I'm gonna be wishlisting it. That is one of the coolest trailers that I have ever seen. Oh my god, I am blown away by that. That was incredibly amazing. Dang. Just, literally just the combat system. Summoning this guy in was so cool. I think that's what these guys down here are, is summons. I think these are genuinely summons. Like Final Fantasy 15 type vibe, or Final Fantasy 16. You summon in like godlike figures to aid you. And this guy said like enemy of my enemy, so I'm assuming that we might get these summons through like combat, perhaps. Maybe like you see like a common goal and then they're like, okay, well, you're strong enough to defeat me, therefore I will like join you as a member of your party, you know? That was so freaking cool, dude. Like this scene in particular, like this scene with the freaking glowing orb was insane. And what it looked like our character did was like jump from one of the mages to the other. Like if we go over here, it looks like that reminds me of Final Fantasy 15 with the teleporting, with Noctis being able to throw his sword and teleport to spots. That's what this reminds me of. I'm getting very much Final Fantasy 15 vibes from this teleporting system going on here. This is just so cool. This shot, this is a whole screenshot right here that you could take and make a wallpaper. I mean, come on. And it only gets cooler. Like, come on, what is this? What is this shot? That's so amazing. Okay, well, wishlist it. Tides of Annihilation. This is a call to all the people watching the stream straight up. Just go and find this, like 100%. Next up, what we're gonna watch is Fate Keeper. I am not much of a first-person kind of guy, but to be honest, from everything I've heard about this game, as I try to do, I don't watch anything ahead. But from my understanding, it's Skyrim-esque, from my understanding. But I don't know if that's accurate or not. All I've seen is literally the cover image for the thumbnail, and it was a sword, and I was like, okay, well, that reminds me of Skyrim. So I say we just jump right into it and see what this is about. Okay. Cool. Okay, graphics are gorgeous. We have a little totem or a statue of something. There's no... What the?
Yet another ambush. This road is as perilous as it is joyless.
Okay.
The greatest peril to my senses. Your stench.
There's no captions. Okay.
Shape that bears it.
So we got a talking rat with the most gnarly teeth I've ever seen. My god. I straight up don't know, Mordecai. I don't know why the rat can speak. Also, welcome back to the stream. I have no idea why the rat can speak. That's terrifying. Why are the teeth like that, though? So is this our animal companion in this world? I would assume so.
But remember, we must reach the moon gate.
Oh, see, this is what I saw that made me think, okay, Skyrim, because it's just a giant sword, first person. Dude, this game world is gorgeous. Wow. Absolute wow. Just like with Tides of Annihilation, I'm very interested to see what this game world is. Like, what is this game world? What is this all about? Oh, we got an orc of some kind? Oh, snappy combat. I like that. Okay, so the enemies don't die in one hit. They get right back up. Alright. Very nice. Dude, the blood textures are incredible. Ooh. That was personal. That was absolutely personal. The dodging is so good. Oh my gosh. Do you just like look at the timing on that dodging? Just check that out. Look at this. Look at this. It's such tight timing though. I love that. I'm just a sucker for snappy controls. I love responsiveness when it comes to combat. I love that kind of stuff. Can you break through there?
Let him go for now, youngling.
Wait, the rat just gave us directions. What the heck? The rat just told us to let that guy go.
Let's see what this place has.
Okay, so break the environment a little bit, but that was kind of scripted. You know, I don't know if you can break the environment completely.
Know my age, rodent.
Your years mean little. This is your first vigil. Thus, you are a neophyte.
Okay.
Whether you enjoy the title or not.
Interesting. I'm trying to get as much out of the plot as possible. It's just the rat is hard to understand. The rat's on our shoulder just whispering sweet nothings into our ear, and I'm like, bro, I don't understand anything you're saying. I'm sorry. Ooh. That guy had a rough day. I don't know what he went through, but he had a rough time. Dude. Tell me this is open world. Tell me this is open world. I would absolutely love another Skyrim. Like, genuinely. Like, give us another... Like, if this is, like, high quality, high res, like, basically Skyrim, let's freaking go. Seriously. Just, like, like, I've got so many questions. In particular about the rat. That's, like, the biggest question I've got is, what's going on with the rat? Treasure chest? No. Okay. Are you ignoring that little thing in front of you? That can't be the open world. There's no way. That's so expansive. There's no way. There's no way. That is so Okay, so that is a chest. Alright. An ornate casket. Lavish found in households, upper class. Dwellers, usually. Okay. Oh, that's cool. You have to go into the chest and actually select things out. Okay, I like that. I like that. Kind of a spin on typical RPG elements when you open loot. I like that. Message from the Moongate Century, and then He's got, and then we got flasks of some kind. So, is this like Dark Souls-esque Skyrim? Because he just picked up Druid Brews, which I would assume are flasks. I would assume. What? Okay, so you got to pay attention to the environment because there will be loot hidden. Dude, our boy be looking beefy. Bro. This is the one person I wouldn't want to fight. This is a guy that's like, you know what? This is the kind of boss, like, if this were a boss, this would be the boss that's like, you know what? Okay, this is the guy, this is the side character who is a thorn in your side. It absolutely, the fit is monstrous. Like, absolutely, Mordecai. Like, 100%. Honestly, the fit goes crazy, but this, like, literally makes me think, I don't know why, but this makes me think of, like, a boss enemy that's just kind of a thorn in your side for a while, and you keep kicking his butt. Don't get me wrong, like, you keep kicking his butt, but then eventually he drinks like a vial of some kind of like potion or some kind of elixir that turns him into like a draconian monstrosity that's like 30 feet tall. That's what this whole vibe is giving me, is like, this guy, he's not the final boss, but he's the guy who wants to kill you but just can't until he goes like the next step into yes, absolutely, he is a vessel. He's a vessel of draconian, like, gods, essentially. That is what this man is. The bear skin on his back is insane. The bear face. Oh, I dig this. I dig the vibe here. The broadsword. Okay, I'm seeing axes, a torch, maybe a staff of some kind. Is that there must be a magic? Oh, okay, that's way less monstrous. Come on now. You just went from being intimidating to being like a typical soldier. Come on now. Come on. What you had before was cooler. Northern Fire Cap increases health regeneration for 20 seconds. Okay, okay, I like that. And that's essentially like your hotbar. Ceremonial helmet. Okay, you can zoom in and check out the detail on it. There's a lot of good detail, I will say. The helmet's pretty good, pretty ornate. I like it. Is there a third-person mode? I doubt it, because if this is like Skyrim-esque, then I think... No, Skyrim had a third-person mode, right? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've watched anything related to Skyrim. But I'm getting Skyrim vibes from just the first-person kind of angle here. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're surrounded. Okay, get out of there. Get out of there, quick. Can the enemies... Can they jump? Can they parkour? That'd be great if they could. Okay, you can block. Neat. Oh, he's just... Okay, he's just done. Is that guy just done? No, he's back up. Okay, he's back up. Whoa! Oh, that's sick. Oh my god, that's so cool. What the heck? Ooh! There's dismemberment. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you loot specific parts of your enemies? Like, yo, like there's a merchant who's like, yo, bring me the left arm of every enemy you slay and I will give you gold in exchange for the left arm. Specifically the left arm, though. You bring him the right arm and he might actually try to fight you. The merchant will only sell to you and not try to kill you if you bring him left arms. Specifically. Very specifically. Oh, fatality. Okay. I can appreciate that. That's insane. This is insane. Druid. You arrived too late. Is that what we are? We're a druid? I wonder what other spells you could get. It looked like that one was almost like a force push. I'm imagining that they're like, I'm relating it to Star Wars, but because that's like the thing that I'm most familiar with. But that's what it kind of made me think of. So I'd imagine, yes, there's going to be others. Okay, this is a boss. Oh, he's big. Varog, grant me strength. So I'd imagine that's some sort of deity. Ooh! Oh, you didn't block nothing there, bro. Okay, so it is a force push. What? There's no way. Did he just poison, like, his sword? So the combat... Oh, is he actually... Hang on. Was that slash wasn't there originally? Did he... When you actually slash the enemy, does it affect their body, like, genuinely? Let's see. Okay. This... Yeah, his arm has a gash in it, as does his chest. So the enemies... The environment, like, of the enemies' bodies does react to your attacks. That's actually kind of neat. Oh my god, this guy is insane. Oh my god, what? Dude, that mace is coming straight for you. Bro, be careful. Actually, why am I even saying be careful? He's obviously like a god tier character. This guy's like absolutely smoking the dude. Not the unnecessary jump into a stab. That was so unnecessary. You didn't need to do that, bro. Okay, okay. Oh my god. Dude, I am like on the edge of my seat right now. He's done. He's done. Oh, he's done. Oh, man. Oh, and then you clean your blade. Oh, whatever. He's so cool. Our guy is so cool. So edgy. He's literally... He really is humiliating, bro. Like, it's actually really sad. Homie showed up and was like, God, give me strength. And it didn't work. It did not work out at all. That's unfortunate. Dude, I'm loving this environment. I hope that there's, like, snowy type environments. That'd be great. I love snow, like, in video games. Like, any kind of, like, snowy sort of area. What is that? What is that on the wall? Oh, that's, like, some kind of gate for, like, a window, I guess. Showing us a lot of the environment, which I like. I mean, what's this? Okay. I'm assuming that's gonna open the gate. Yeah, okay. Okay. I wonder if there'll be any puzzles. I doubt it, but... It looks like this is mostly combat-centric, but game developers occasionally will... Oh my god, this looks terrifying. Game developers will put things in like puzzles and stuff. What do you have? What do you change it back to? He changed back to the beastly armor. Good idea. Great choice. Phenomenal choice. In fact, your swag goes up, and as a result, you get a 10% DPS increase. A torch. Okay. So you actually... Oh, he's got fire spells too. Bro, the fire effect looks great. Everything looks like absolutely fantastic thus far.
So much death.
What? Who's talking? Who's talking? Don't talk in my ear like that. I don't want to hear whispers in the darkness. Who's talking? Dried herbs. We got some cilantro. Lovely. Dude, who was just talking in our ear? I don't like this. I'm scared. I can't do any kind of horror thing. I know that's not what this is going to be, but I can't do horror in general, bro. It's too, like, things, like, jumping out at me. Like, why am I going to do that to myself? Was it the rat? It sounded like a, you know what? It was probably, you know what? I forgot about the rat being on our show. He hasn't talked for the past, like, I don't even know how long. I forgot the rat was there. But excellent point. It is probably the rat. You know what? You're probably right. Oh my gosh. We're just going down into this tomb. I don't like this. Oh, the lighting is so gorgeous, though. Dude, that is a bunch of skulls. That is scary. Okay, I'm not a fan anymore. Dude, that's just a bunch of bones. What is this?
The purge. We haven't much time.
They haven't much time. Time to do what? Time for what? Oh, you're just not gonna tell us. Okay, you're not going to enlighten us as to what we have little time for. Okay, that's fine, whatever. I didn't even care. I don't want to know the mysteries of the rat. I don't even care. I don't even care. Anyone who says I care is actually incorrect. They're actually wrong. Wishlist the game now. I mean, in comparison to Tides of Annihilation, I'm not as excited for Fate Keeper. It is 10 out of 10 creepy vibes, 100%. I would say that, like, in regards to the difference in, like, the combat system, I am far more for, you know, Tides of Annihilation than I would be for this game, but, I mean, I could mess with it. It's just, it wouldn't be my favorite type of game, but it did look interesting from literally just the thumbnail. That's all I've seen thus far, so I'm excited for people to play it and probably watch some playthroughs. It also depends on how it's priced, because if it's, like, really expensive on Steam, then I'm going to probably pass on it. But, I mean, that also depends on how interesting it looks. I might watch more gameplay of it, but Tides of Annihilation, I think, is a guaranteed wishlist for me. Like, 100 freaking %. Okay, so one thing I did want to do before we get to Hollow Knight, I did want to watch that Warhammer trailer for the secret level on Amazon, but to be honest, I can't pass up an opportunity to look at some things from my favorite game of all time, that being Expedition 33. So we're going to pass on Warhammer 40k. We're going to jump straight into the Expedition 33, and a few things that I want to talk about throughout this. I'm guessing it's like an AMV kind of thing for AMV. Isn't that anime music video? What would this be? It'd be like a video game music video, essentially. I'm very excited to get into this, though. I'm very, very excited. So It's called For Those Who Come After, Clair Obscure Expedition 33. I'm very excited from Lost Cinematics, so I say we just jump right into it.
You lied to your father.
Is there captions?
No.
Oh no, we don't need that.
You saw it too.
Dude, this game was absolutely gorgeous. And the music, like, Lorien Testard, like, did the greatest job ever creating the soundtrack for this game. Like, just the fact of knowing that he, from my understanding, he never worked on a game soundtrack before, and then he delivered this.
You wanted to believe.
Oh, freaking Gustav, man, it hurts.
You're going to die.
Renoir. Honestly, though, Painted Renoir, he was just doing the best he could. In all honesty, I don't forgive him, obviously, for murdering the other expeditioners, but because he did kill many other people. Like, there's no doubt about that. But at the end of the day, it was because, like, he loved his family. And he was also forced to feel the emotions he felt because of Aline. Because of the Paintress. Like, that's literally why he felt the way he felt. He didn't even have much, I would argue, free will. Like, he didn't really have free will. He just kind of went along with what Aline wanted because she brought him into existence, you know? And it's just, he's such a tragic character. And honestly, even I say real, quote, Renoir, but I'm of the camp that everyone in the canvas is real. I'm of that camp. That everyone within the canvas is real. There's no distinction between the world of Lumiere and then the world of Painted Lumiere. Like, there's no difference for me whatsoever. I look at both as being very, very real. I know some people are like, oh, well, the painted people, they're not people. No, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that at all.
You can always come back.
The moment I leave, Papa will erase this canvas.
Okay, that was a point that Mael made, just right there. Let's go back for a second. This was an excellent point because if you listen to Verso and Mael, just listen to this real quick.
Why don't you just leave? You can always come
Why don't
back.
you just leave? You could just come back.
The moment I leave, Papa will erase this canvas.
The moment I leave, Papa will just erase this canvas.
This is not worth your life.
It's not worth your life.
Life.
Oh, dude, that's so rough. It's like, I understand Mael's decision, but I also, okay, so I'm the kind of person, okay. We're going to go through this. When it came to the two endings, okay, choosing Verso or choosing Mael, I chose Mael. I'm going to give my reasoning. I chose it in part due to ignorance. Now, the reason for that is because I didn't want to look up anything related to the game. And I thought that if I chose Verso's ending, I legitimately thought this, I thought they were going to pull a Nier Automata true ending and essentially make it so, hey, you choose Verso's ending, you're going to erase the canvas, aka you are going to erase all your progress in the game. You're going to have to start from, from the start. You'll have to start a new save file. That is what I genuinely thought they were going to do, is you erase the canvas, you're going to have to start a brand new save file. I know that that's kind of like, oh my god, Paige, why would you think that? It was just, I didn't want to look up any information. Yes, I could have very easily, looked it up and been like, hey, if I choose Verso's ending, will that end the game altogether? And now that I look back on it, I'm like, okay, obviously not, but you never know. You never know. Especially when you go into it completely blind. So that was part of the reason I chose Mael. But the other reason as to why is because I literally took about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to think it over. I made it to that final scene with it saying, choose the fate of the canvas, Mael or Verso. And I genuinely was like, I need a second. I need a moment. So I took a moment. I left the game. I put the controller down. I left the game. And I took probably about, I would say about 25 minutes just to myself. Just thinking things over. And then when I kind of settled on a decision, I went to go ask my wife what she thought. And I put it in as non-spoilery terms as I could. I was essentially like, okay, let's say you're in a situation where, I tried to give her Mael's situation and then Verso's, and she essentially agreed with me. I didn't give her any input of what my decision was, but we both came to the same decision of it is better overall that the canvas is left as it is, and that Mael is permitted to live within the canvas. Because while, yes, absolutely, it is going to kill her. It is going to kill her, and it is not accepting her brother's death. It is making it so, Verso, quote, real Verso's death, is not being accepted by Mael. It also is like, it's not anyone else's choice how she copes. No one else can say to Mael, you're not allowed to grieve in this way because it's unhealthy. But at the same time, because she's really hurting herself mostly, but she is also going to hurt the others around her. So does that come into play? Does hurting the others around you emotionally as a result of how you cope, does it justify how you're coping with grief? Those are the big questions that come about at the end of Expedition 33, and I love it. I love it. It literally, it's one of my favorite aspects of the entirety of the game. I mean, at some point, I want to look at a video about, just looking through the endings of Expedition 33 and talking about them, because I have so many thoughts when it comes to that kind of stuff. And Verso being you can paint a world, because Mael, the painters who are in the, quote, real world, have a marvelous, miraculous ability to paint these worlds into existence. These realistic, borderline dreamlike worlds. And they can paint them into existence and basically be gods in those worlds. And Verso's essentially saying to Mael, look, you won't be able to do anything in this world where, your brother's soul is keeping it alive, essentially. A part of Verso's soul is keeping it alive. He said, yes, you'll lose out on this canvas, but you could draw another one. But that's not what Mael wants. She wants to have a canvas that has that little bit of her brother still left. Because every canvas that a painter seemingly creates has a fraction, a little fraction of their soul in it. Which means that Verso, even though he's dead, part of him is not allowed to rest, because it's still painting this canvas, still keeping this world alive. So, again, is it justified that Mael keeps essentially an enslaved soul of her brother to keep this world alive? And I would argue it really depends, because for me, the biggest question of all doesn't even concern Mael. It doesn't even concern Verso's soul. For me, the biggest and greatest concern and the biggest and greatest question is, are the people in the canvas real? That is my biggest question, is, are the people in the canvas real, or are they just these painted individuals that, have no free will, have no thoughts and feelings outside of what they're told to have? What is their existence? And I feel like it's left ambiguous, because if it was completely verified, the people in the canvas are real or they aren't real, Verso's ending would make it so you agree with genocide, whereas Mael's ending would make it so you essentially are just a good person who cares about the people. If it were as black and white as the people in the canvas are real, then it would ruin the ending. Clair Obscur is it translates to light and darkness. Light and dark. It's supposed to be ambiguous, what you do. It's supposed to be up to the player to make that decision. And the game developers literally have gone, Sandfall Entertainment has gone on the record being hey, there is no bad or good ending here. Of course, people tend to gravitate towards Verso's ending being the good one, but I'm going to argue Mael's is, because I thoroughly believe that the world within the canvas is real. I believe it is, because there are so many instances of people demonstrating some form of free will, The obscure part is what makes it good, from what I'm hearing. Absolutely. You don't know. You don't know what the right answer is. Yes, there is a supposed good way you could go about it. If you destroy the canvas, if they were to destroy the painted world, if they were to destroy the canvas, then yes, they could go through the natural healing process. But at the same time, all of those painted people would be destroyed. They'd all be killed without any means of being able to be saved. There'd be no saving anybody in that canvas. And really, it's just, are they real or are they not? Because if they are real, then you're massacring who knows how many millions of beings in that world. Whereas if they're not real, then you're saving a family from heartache. Well, not so much heartache, but you're helping them heal in a healthy way. Because I will acknowledge, how Mael is healing is not healthy. Like, her keeping a bit of this soul of her brother enslaved, essentially, to keep the painted world alive is wrong. Like, it's wrong. And her refusing to accept someone's death that was close to her is also wrong. Like, I think everyone, at least a majority of people, can agree that, like, when someone passes away, you want to accept it. Like, you want to reach the end of the stages of grief to acceptance to where you can keep moving forward in life. Mael does not want to accept Verso's death. She does not want to accept it. She wants to live in a world where he is still alive. The creatures that he created, the world he created, is still in existence. And I tell you what, it's not a healthy way to go about it. But at the end of the day, it is her decision. It is her decision. But is it up to her to keep a part of her brother's soul enslaved to keep that world alive? Like, there's so much gray area, guys. There's so much gray area. There is so much, like, this is good, but this is bad, but this is good, but this is bad. You have no clear ending. That's what drives me nuts, is when people are like, oh, there is a very clear good and bad ending. It's like, no, there isn't. There's a reason why there's no true ending in this game. Even though players are like, there is a true ending. It's Verso's ending. No, there is no true ending in this game. There is no true end. Even when the sequel games come out, which I know they want to make Clair Obscur like almost like a franchise where there's more games, obviously. Like, there's going to be a sequel or possibly a prequel game. It all depends on your moral. It really does. Mordecai, I'm going to put you on the spot. You're in chat. I'm going to put you on the spot. What would your choice be? Verso or Mael? What would your choice be? This is a judgment-free zone when it comes to Expedition 33. You are fine. What would you choose? Would you take the risk of, you know, like, possibly killing off everyone in the canvas to save your, you know, real-life family? Or would you put this, like, the possibility of your real-life family at risk to save these countless people within the canvas? Like, genuinely, like, what would you do? Because for me, I chose Mael. I genuinely did. Because I can't justify the possibility, even the 1% chance of those people being real. I can't, because then you will have just erased all of those lives from existence. And there's so much evidence to point to them being real, but I get why a lot of people feel like, yo, it's all scripted. Like, these people are not real. They just aren't. Like, I get why people feel that way. And as a result, that's why it's such a lively debate. I would put my family at risk because of exactly. I agree. Because, okay, there's a 50-50 chance here. It's either they're real or they're not real. And I don't think I would want to be that person who would take the risk of that 50% being wrong. Like, that's a huge risk to take. That is a massive risk. And I'm like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. There's no way. It would haunt my dreams, like, every day for the rest of my life. My dog is literally, like, she's scratching herself right now, and I think you can hear it in the background. That's funny. But yeah, there's no way. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I literally wouldn't.
My life of loneliness in a shell of a body, with no voice and no future.
You're Mael. No matter where you are, you don't need this canvas.
Okay, I get where he's coming from. So Mael went through this. I don't know how familiar everyone is with the with literally what happens in Expedition 33, but Mael went through essentially a fire, and her brother Verso saved her from it. And as a result, Verso died in that fire from saving Mael. She carries a ton of guilt with her as a result. She feels responsible for it. Doesn't help that her mother basically makes her feel responsible for it every single day, because Aline is a nightmare, and she literally is like, hey, you killed my son. Like I know you're my daughter, but you murdered my son. And it's just like, that's essentially what's put on her. She can't speak. Her vocal cords are essentially destroyed. She lost an eye, and half of her face is completely scarred. She never leaves home. She essentially lives a life as like a shut-in who she said she states in the game that every breath she takes hurts. Like, every breath she takes literally is painful. So I don't blame her for being like, I want to get away from my real life. My real life sucks. I don't want to live here. I literally am in as she literally just said, I'm in a shell of a body. I'm in a shell, an empty husk of a body where I can't live my life. But then Verso comes back at her and says, you're Mael. You can live any life you want to live. You can paint any canvas you want. You will never have to live a life you don't want to live. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's that she hates her real life. I think it's that she just misses her brother. Because it's true. She could paint a canvas. I mean, she did. She went into the world of Expedition 33 and Lumiere, and she has none of those physical problems. She can talk. She is not scarred. Every breath doesn't hurt. She's just a normal girl. None of that stuff affects her from her real life. She's healthy, you know? And in that world, her brother is not dead. But in any other canvas, she could very easily make it so like, okay, well, I am physically healthy. I have no disabilities. I'm perfectly fine, but she can't put her brother in it. She can make a painted version of him, sure, but it's not really Verso. There's not a real part of his soul. What she's holding on to, this is an excuse. What she is saying is an excuse where she's like, well, you know, my real life, I'm a shell of a person. Yes, that is a reason, but it's not the reason. The reason you want to be there is because of your brother. That is why. Because at the end of the day, she could paint any world where she is healthy. She realistically could, but that's not what she cares about. What she cares about is being with her brother. That's what she cares about. And that's the only thing where she will get that real experience in this canvas.
Everything I want is here. Here I have a chance to live. Verso to live.
See? I have a chance to live. Verso has a chance to live. She does care about, you know, herself and her own well-being and her own state of mind and her own experience in life, but she is far more concerned with, I don't want to let my brother go. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want to let my brother's death, not just essentially, like, the problem is as well is that by her essentially being willing to, like, kill herself by going in the canvas, she is essentially throwing away what her brother did to save her life, because he died saving her. And, like, how would Verso feel knowing that his sister is essentially going to waste away anyway? Like, his sacrifice would essentially mean nothing. You know what? The more I'm talking about this, the more I'm, like, going in Verso's direction. I don't like this. I don't like how introspective I'm becoming, because I'm starting to doubt my own decision. But that's the whole point. There's no good or bad ending. There's no set choice here, you know, and I love that. Oh, this guy sucks, by the way. I hate Simon so much. Oh my god, he took hours for me to beat. I was on normal mode and I had to go down to easy just to beat this guy. His attacks are terrible. His timing is terrible. Nothing is consistent and it's awful. Oh god, this scene. The funeral for Gustav was so touching. Oh my god, this scene hurts so badly. It hurts so bad. Just what struck me is the fact that all of their personalities kind of shone through this. So in this scene, in this particular death scene, Mael, of course, you know, Gustav was like her older brother and father figure. You know, he was in his 30s. She's still a teenager. They adopted her essentially when her parents, like Gustav and his sister essentially adopted Mael and became like her guardians when her parents died in the Gommage. So essentially, he's like an older brother and father figure to her. So yes, at his funeral, she's crying. She's broken up. You know, she's like, I will save everyone. You know, she's crying. She's losing it, and for good reason. And then CL on the left here, she is she's like the heart of the group, I would argue. So she almost reminisces on good times. And one of the things that she says that I think is fairly iconic is, Gustav's, ex-girlfriend, the woman that he still loved, and even during the Gommage, he died with her, at her side. Even though they were no longer together, he still was like, I want to be there with you. And she was happy to have him there. Their her last moments were with the man that she did love but couldn't be with. And what CL essentially says is like, say hi to Sophie for me. And it goes to show that she, because she's an old she's a friend to both of them, Sophie and Gustav. So during this funeral for Gustav, she's reminiscing on these good times and these old times and being like, we were all friends growing up. Say hi to Sophie because we all loved her. We were all grew up together. We were all childhood friends together. So say hi to her when you're on the other side, And then one of the most telling interactions, I think, during this funeral is Lune. Honestly, I think Lune's interaction at this funeral is one of the biggest ones because she essentially repeats what the expeditions say because she's all about the mission. She is all about the mission. She grew up with parents who were both expeditioners, who both died. There we go. Okay, reconnection. We're good. Yeah, that would be because I disconnected for a little bit. That would be my fault. But yeah, we're reconnected. We're good. I was almost every single stream that occurs, and I think it's because of my bit rate. I might need to lower the bit rate of the stream in all honesty. But yeah, anyway, Lune is all about the mission. She's all about the mission because her parents were both expeditioners who died on their expedition, and they essentially raised her almost as a machine to complete the mission. Like, that's her big thing is, we need to complete the mission. We need to keep going forward to complete this mission. Because that's apparently all her parents raised her to do, was like, hey, we might not complete the mission of, killing the Paintress. We might not do this. We might not defeat the Paintress. We're raising you to do it. And that's all they did with her, was essentially raise her to be a machine who was only focused on the mission of killing the Paintress. And then we later on find out that her parents were more like warm-hearted and stuff, but they never showed it to her. So when she goes up to Gustav's grave and she's talking to, to him and everything, and when, after he died, she says, the lines that we know very, very well from the expeditions that are like, when one falls, we continue. That's, it goes to show that even though, one of her closest friends just died, she can only focus on the mission. That is her, even during the funeral, she does not, shed a tear. She doesn't shed a tear. And it's not because she's not feeling the pain. It's because her focus, her drive is on that singular mission. That is her goal. That is what she's essentially been raised to do by her parents. Is you need to defeat the Paintress if we fail. If and when we fail our mission, you need to carry it out. And even during the funeral of one of her closest friends, she still is like, when one of us falls, we continue. For those who come after, that is our goal. And it's just like, oh my god, their interactions with Gustav's grave are just so telling of their characters. They genuinely are. Maëlle, she's young and she's just going through the loss of a parental figure. CL, she just lost one of her best friends growing up, and Lune just lost one of her closest comrades. That's what they're going through. Different kinds of grief for sure, but they're all grieving together. This boss was amazing, by the way. Oh, I hated these enemies so much. Oh my god, they were so difficult to learn. Their movesets were terrible. I'm going to be playing Expedition 33 on stream one of these days, because I got to go through it a second time, so I'm going to be playing it. I'm very excited. Oh, that shot kills me. Hang on. That is the real Verso right there. And it just, oh, it kills me. Because what he's doing in this shot is he's painting. You know, that small fragment, that itty bitty fragment of Verso's soul is being forced to continue painting. It's like he has to keep the world alive. He's basically a slave to his family, keeping it alive, keeping that part of him. And even Verso in this scene is like, you're tired, aren't you? Like, you're tired of painting? And we see just a very little nod from the real Verso, from his spirit, from his soul. We see painted Verso asking real Verso, like, you're tired, aren't you? Like, you're tired of painting. And then real Verso's like, yeah, I am really tired. I don't want to paint anymore. So is it right for Mael to keep him painting? That's the problem. Like, is it right for this world to stay alive if essentially the creator of it and the being that's keeping it alive doesn't even want to do it anymore? Like, is that right? That's the big moral question. There's so many moral questions. Oh my gosh. Oh, all these shots. Minoko is also best boy, by the way. Minoko was based off the dog named Minoko. There were two dogs that I believe the creator of Sandfall Studios and the originator of Expedition 33 had two dogs, and one of them was named Minoko and the other's named Noko. And as a result, this character's name is Minoko, and he has like a son figure that's named Noko. It's very precious. And what's funny is that I got this from when I found out that it was a dog, because my dog is very similar. You know how a dog will just like run up to you and start like smelling you like a lot, like smelling your feet, smelling your legs and everything? Minoko has an obsession with feet, which is very funny. Like, when you defeat a Nevron, which is the enemies in the game, he literally rips off like one of their feet and like keeps them like on a belt that he essentially has. It's insane, and I love it.
Fuck the mission, Lune.
Oh,
what
yeah.
are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do? We're gonna...
You should add your dog once you consider game creation. Oh my gosh. You know what? I would never really create a game, but I'm one of those people that's like, you know what? Like in a few years, I even told my wife this. I was like, you know, I don't want to create games. Like, I don't want to go through all that, but I do want to like invest in games. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, I know a lot of people like invest in like stocks and stuff like that. It's like this is not sound financial advice. I would not say follow this, but I'm like, you know what? The gaming space is like one of the most like thriving kind of entertainment spaces, if not the most thriving. And as a result, I mean, like, come on now. Like, I think that, like, if you find an indie game that you think would do really, really well, get in touch with the creators and be like, hey, I'm willing to invest this amount of money into the game. Like, a small percentage would come back to me from sales, but like, I'm willing to invest because I believe in this product. Like, this game looks phenomenal. Like, it looks great, and I would love to help by investing, you know? I don't know if it's... don't take it as sound financial advice, but in all honesty, I mean, that is something I would do. I wouldn't invest in, like, stocks. Like, I'm not big on the stock market. I'm not very wise when it comes to that kind of stuff, but, I mean, for me, like, at a future date, I'd love to invest in small indie games. Like, that would be something I'd love to do. I'd be very passionate about that, you know? And I feel like there's so many games that just... maybe they just don't get the support that they need in order to, you know, fly and, you know, take off in flight. You know, some might just not get that kind of, you know, like... recognition. Like, a big YouTuber or a big streamer might pick up one game and it blows up, but then there's like tens or hundreds of other games that release at the same time that get like nothing. They don't get anything. And I'm like, it's definitely worth, you know, like, if you're into like indie games. And you know what's funny is that literally Expedition 33 is quite literally an indie game, which is funny. It's made from a small studio. It's an indie game. It was the first game Sandfall Entertainment made. I would argue that investing in games like that I mean, I would love to do that. Like, genuinely, I would.
Take down the paintress, just the three of us? My gun and...
Oh no, it is. I'm not kidding you. I'm not joking. Let me look it up real quick. I will eat my words if this is true. Okay, I will eat my words if this is true. Is Expedition 33 An indie game. I will eat my words if this is not true. Paged is right again. Yes, it is an indie game. So, yes, it is an indie game. This, what you are seeing right now is, in fact, an indie game. Oh my gosh. And it is phenomenal. Mordecai, you should play it. You should play it. We're going to play it on stream at some point. I'm going to go back and forth between that and Silksong, or, excuse me, Hollow Knight and Silksong. But I'm definitely playing Expedition 33 because I love the game. And I feel like nowadays, since I've played through it once, you know, it's been months since I played it. You know, it came out like earlier in the year, and it's been a very long time since last I played it, and I want to go through it again. I really do. I played it like a month after release and haven't touched it since. But it's funny because I clocked like 100 hours into that freaking game. There's so much to do. There's so much content, and it's an indie game. It's an indie game. So this is what I'm talking about, is when it comes to indie games, like, look at the indie area on Steam. Like, straight up, don't, like, if you can, take the time to look at the indie area on Steam, the indie category, because there are so many amazing gems that you just might not see on the main pages that, yeah, and Steam's pretty good about that. They tend to show a lot of indie games, but there might just be some hidden gems that aren't on the main page, you know? They're not amongst the things like, you know, Call of Duty, or, you know, the major games like Destiny and all that kind of stuff, or, like, you know, they're not amongst those kind of games. You have to kind of look for them a little bit, you know what I mean? You don't know there might be another Hollow Knight 33. You know what? It's funny. So Silksong did come out, which I'm very, very excited to get into that. But Expedition 33 has an update coming out soon with, I think, with new content. And the developers did say that there are going to be more games in the Clair Obscur universe. So I am very, very, very excited. We find out about this like organization or cult called the writers. You know, there's the painters that we know of, and then there's the writers, and the writers are responsible for Verso's murder. Like that's what I'm really, really excited for. So I'm looking forward to that. So there's already new content coming out for Expedition 33, but there is even more games coming out for it too. And as far as like Hollow Knight and Silksong, oh, Team Cherry ain't done. They're not done. It's not over for them 100%. Oh, 1 second, guys. Hang on. Sorry, wife was asking if I took the dog out, and I'm like, yes, I did. All good. Sometimes our dog will like she'll start like making like little whining noises, like she needs to go out, but she doesn't want to go out. Typically, it's that she either wants treats or she wants like attention. It's either of those things. It's never anything else. It's literally never anything else. It's attention or treats. And I'm like, it's hard to, because she's not gonna tell you. She ain't gonna speak words and tell you what she wants. So you just kind of have to figure, like, what you have to kind of like think about, like, okay, well, did she go out? Did she eat dinner? And then you kind of have to like get the list going, and then you're like, okay, well, what she wants is to like some attention, you know? But yeah, that's what just happened. Sorry about that, guys.
Your spots?
I didn't take you for a coward.
Oh, this part, by the way, this stands out. Let's go back to this quote
Down
here.
the paintress, just the three.
Let's go back to this quote real quick from Gustav. You guys thought so did we think about getting our dog a friend? So we at one point did have another dog, and we absolutely loved him. He was absolutely phenomenal. But we had to move, unfortunately, and we couldn't find a place near my work or my wife's, and as a result, we had to surrender our other dog. And it broke us. It completely broke us. Like, no one we knew was able to take him in, and he had a bad problem with potty training, just really bad. We worked with him for about, I would say, 10 months. We adopted him, and then he just would not figure out potty training at all. And it shatters you. It really does. Because that night after we surrendered him, me and my wife were just sitting there in bed, and we were crying. We were just crying. It was awful. And we were like, we should go back and get him tomorrow. Like, we'll like, we couldn't find anything within like an hour and a half that would take two dogs like with us. Like, we could not find a rental space where there was like two dogs that would be okay. And it was just like, oh my God, what are we going to do? So we were thinking of going back the following day to go and get him. And we were just like, you know what, we'll eat the cost, and we'll drive, you know, the hour and a half, 2 hours it's going to take to get to work. And it's just like, looking back on it now, that's not even practical. Not to mention, with him not being able to potty train, I mean, we worked so hard for like 10 months to try to get him to do it. Like, we believe, at least from what the vet told us, is that he was used as a breeding dog before, because he would go potty in his crate and then he'd lay in it, because more than likely his previous owners just had him sitting in the crate all the time, just all the time, and they would never let him out. And it's just like, he would still do that even though we'd let him out repeatedly throughout the day. And it's just, if we're going to move into another rental property, we can't, like, you don't want to ruin, you know, the place that you're renting from. You can't. It's irresponsible to do that. It would be irresponsible to ruin someone's home, you know. He did, it broke our hearts. It did, because it's like, oh yeah, it was a he. His name was Charlie. He was such a, oh my God, when I say he was like one of the best dogs you could ever ask for, he really was. Like, potty training aside, he was one of the greatest dogs, like, of all time. He really was. Like, our little baby now, like, she's phenomenal, and we love her to bits. She was the first dog I had ever adopted. But it's like, when you had two of them, like, they grew so close. They really did. And it was just, we couldn't take him into a new space with us. We couldn't do it. And it was like, it would be irresponsible of us to take him into someone else's rental property, and he just would ruin the floors or the carpet or whatever. And you can't, and we weren't going to keep him just in his crate. Like, absolutely not. Like, that's no way to live. Like, okay, so basically we surrendered him. And then the next day, the next morning, it sucked. It sucked, Mordecai. It really did. It really did. And the next morning, but there is a good ending to this. So the next morning, my wife gets a call, because she was the one who surrendered him. She was the one who went to the local like shelter and basically surrendered him. And she was losing it, obviously. Like, he was just smiling, tongue hanging out, just smiling ear to ear, not even know. And that's the worst part about it, is you can't explain it. You can't explain it to them. You can't explain it whatsoever, and it's the worst feeling. Because he was just so happy. He was so happy. I'm gonna start crying thinking about it. But you know, it was just, my wife gets a call the next day, and essentially it was a woman from the shelter, and she was like, "Hey, we normally don't do this, but I saw how, you know, broken up you were about, you know, surrendering your dog to us and everything, and I want you to know that he was adopted right away by one of our volunteers." And when I tell you the amount of relief me and my wife felt, it was unlike anything else. Not only did he get adopted right away, he got adopted by someone who willingly works with animals. Like a volunteer who willingly loves and takes care of animals. Like, that gave us a measure of reassurance that I can't possibly explain. Like, because you never know what situation they're going to end up in. And honestly, like, we don't know what situation he's in now, but I can only hope that he's in a home where he's getting all the love and care that he absolutely deserves, you know. Yes, he is absolutely in good hands. He absolutely is. And we could not have asked for a better outcome in that regard. We still have our littlest dog. We still have her, and, you know, we couldn't have asked for anything better than that for him, because it's obvious that he must have gone through so much in his previous life. Like, he must have just gone through so much. And it was like, you know, you don't want to surrender a pet and then they go through that again. So knowing that it was someone who voluntarily works with animals, it meant the world getting to know that. And I'm thankful, like, every day that woman from the shelter called and was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know that, you know, he is going to be in good hands." Like, it's someone that, you know, loves and cares for our animals, like, on a daily basis. You know, it's one of our volunteers. And it was so nice. It really was. It gave us so much reassurance, and it allowed us to kind of breathe a little bit, you know, like just take some time just to breathe. But yeah, a little bit of a long story there, but yeah, I like telling long stories, but yeah, it was tough. And as far as, you know, getting a new one, like another dog in the future, we want to be in a more permanent situation when it comes to like where we live and everything, obviously beforehand, because adopting when we were renting was not a wise move. You know, that wasn't a wise move, especially like 2 dogs, because it's very hard to find a place nowadays, let alone one that's going to welcome 2 dogs. You know, that can be really, really tough. So we're going to hold off for a little while, and we've thought about, you know, like even if we want to foster in the future, once we, you know, find a more permanent place, you know, we might even want to foster dogs, you know, like, you know, foster them until they find someone to adopt them, because dogs deserve all the love in the world. They genuinely do. They are on this earth to love us. Like that is their primary goal in life, is to love their humans. Like that's why they're here. And that's why it drives me up a wall hearing of people who don't appreciate, love, or care for their animals. It's like, especially dogs, man. It boils me. It boils my blood. Just, they literally are only here to love you. Like that is literally their whole purpose in life, is just to cuddle up next to you and be like, you're my human. You know, you are part of my pack. You are my family, and I love you more than anything else in the world. Like when it comes to what a dog thinks about, you can look it up for yourself. What a dog thinks about majority of the time is their owner. That is what a dog thinks about. In fact, there's even studies that go so far as to say when a dog is dreaming, they're dreaming of their owner. Like they're thinking about you all the time. And there was a saying that I heard, and I've repeated it to numerous people before when it comes to dogs, just to show the depth of the love that they have for their human, is they're only part of your life. You know, a dog at most 17 years, you know, of your life that you'll be able to spend with them. But to them, you are everything in their life. You are their whole life. You are everything. Yes, Mordecai, 100%. You are everything to that dog. You're everything to them. And it drives me crazy thinking of people who would neglect that kind of love, that absolute purest love that a dog will have for you. It's just, I can't even think about it. It's like, no, it's just, no, you can't. And for me, there's no coming back from that either. Like if you're hurting animals, like there's no coming back from that. Animals they're so innocent. Like if you have a pet, there's just no. Like don't abuse your pets, guys. Like take care of them. Genuinely, they just want to love you, and they want to be loved in return. Like really. And that's the big thing. But I don't even know how I got onto this. I feel like I got onto this because of Minoko. I feel like it was talking about Minoko and stuff. It was talking about him because he is just a fuzzball who literally is based off of a real dog that basically is Sandfall Entertainment's, like, you know, mascot essentially. Yeah, I feel like that's how I got onto it. I apologize for the massive tangent. I realized that tangent, like that rant went on for a good while, but man, I love talking about pets. I really do. But yeah, that's essentially Minoko's backstory, is like he is based off of the dog that one of the main heads of Sandfall has, and then Noko obviously is another one of their dogs.
Fuck the mission, Lune.
Oh yeah, this scene right here. We need to pay attention to this.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take down the paintress, just the 3 of us? My gun and your sparks?
I didn't take you for a coward.
I'm not a coward.
You swore the oath.
Oh.
When one
Here we go.
falls, we continue.
Yes, I know.
When one falls.
When one falls. When, not if. It's when one falls, we continue. That to me is so incredibly powerful. That's also Mael in the real world. That's Alicia. She's scarred, missing an eye, all that. But this instance of Gustav just kind of popping off and being like, you know, F the mission, you know, like like, what are we gonna do? Are we seriously thinking we're just gonna defeat the Paintress, just like the three of us? Like, once they find Mael, because all of them got separated at the beginning of the game. So it's like, what are we gonna do? We're really gonna defeat the Paintress, just the three of us? And it's like, what's interesting to me is the fact that, like, yeah, it does seem like a very hopeless situation, but Luna's like, I didn't take you for a coward. I didn't take you for a coward. And you know what's interesting is that it's not, we continue. That is one of the things that the expedition, in fact, if you get defeated, or no, not if you get defeated in combat. If you defeat an enemy in combat, the subtext is not like next or continue or anything like that. It's literally we continue, because that's the way the expeditions work, is that when one falls, we continue. That just goes to show the absolute, like, determination of the expeditioners, at least the ones that we deal with here in the game. The drive that they all have to complete their mission. And, like, Gustav died. You know, like, Gustav died. Like, they continued. And it's not, and Lune, they kind of cut it off a little bit, but it's not if one falls, we continue. It's when. It's not a matter of if. It's not maybe some of us will die. It's when some of us die, we continue. We'll continue on no matter what until there's no one left. We continue. And that to me is just, it's so powerful. It's so powerful.
Paintress, just the three of us?
Dude, this scene, by the way, is everything. Just like the 33 marking the year, and then the Paintress just sitting there. What kind of took me by surprise is something that Sophie, Gustav's ex-girlfriend, said at the beginning, where she essentially said, like, you know, I feel like, even though the Paintress is supposedly the reason why the Gommage happens and hundreds of them die every year, like literally it happens every year, and a bunch of people are wiped out that are essentially, like, how the Gommage works, if I'm understanding it correctly, is that this number here is counting down. It started at 100, and it's counting down. And essentially, when it counts down, like, for instance, this went in the game, at the beginning of the game, it was at 34, and it goes down to 33. And essentially, what happens is that when the number goes down, everyone that is that age dies. Everyone that's that age. Everyone that's either, you know, about to, or you have to be that age, and then you die. And then that's it. Like, there is no one in Lumiere, in that world, like, there's no people in that world that are over, at this point, that are over the age of 33. Like, there's no one. There's no elderly people. There's no, like, midlife adults. None. Everyone's maximum 33 years old. Because the moment you become older, anyone the age that is on the monolith or older, you die. You're done. And it's just like, you're gommaged. And it's just like, the reason why that scene with Sophie at the beginning stands out so much to me, and I'll probably talk about this when I stream the game as well, which I'm hoping to do sooner rather than later, so look forward to that, but is the fact that Sophie literally says, because look at the Paintress right now. Like, I want to get y'all's opinion here. Let me see how high def is this. Let's turn it up to 24 by 60. Look at the Paintress right now. Do you think she's happy? Just a genuine question. Like, from her body language, does she look pleased with her position in life? Like, does she look pleased with everything that's occurring? Because to me, this is a woman who is going through immeasurable pain. Someone who is in distress. In fact, she looks... Yeah, no, she does look miserable. Yeah, am I kidding? No, I'm being serious. She doesn't look happy. She looks like she's crying. She looks like she's in distress. And what's funny is when you walk up to the Paintress, when you approach the monolith, she's like, her toes are curled. She's gripping onto her shoulders. She's sad. She's extremely sad. She's not happy that she's doing what she's doing. And it turns out at the end, I won't spoil anything, you know, of what happened, but, you know, I won't get that deep into spoilers, but it's like, literally, she's not happy with the position she's in either. And when Sophie says to Gustav, you know, I almost feel bad for her. Like, look at her. She looks so sad. And then Gustav's like, only you could find like sympathy for someone like the Paintress. Like, it just goes to show how much they hate her without even knowing what, like, is she doing this on purpose? That's the question. Like, is she genuinely doing that? Like, Sophie had it right. Like, no, this is not a malevolent being that wants to kill us. This is a sad individual who has the power to wipe us away, and they don't even want to do it. So that's what stand out to me about this scene, is that, like, look at her. Like, literally. That's what stands out to me.
My gun and your sparks?
I didn't take you for a coward.
I'm not a coward.
These lines are amazing. Oh my god.
When one falls, we continue.
Yes, I know.
When one falls.
When one falls.
When one falls.
Not if. Oh. This game could not be any freaking better, dude. Oh my god, you know what? I'm playing this on stream sooner rather than later. I'm already determined. Oh.
We knew not all of us would make it, but we continue.
We continue.
As long as even one of us stands, our fight is not over.
As long as one of us stands, our fight is not over. Oh man, dude, I got chills. My hair's standing up on my arms. Oh god. I've got chills. I've got literal chills. It's just, that's literally it. So long as one of them is alive, their fight to save their world is not over. It's not.
But I'm not afraid to fight, it's just my elves.
My elves want same oath.
Yeah.
I heard that was because you were only thinking about girls.
Yeah, but guess what? The girls weren't thinking about me.
I love that line. It's like, you were too busy thinking about girls. And then Gustav's like, yeah, well, the girls weren't thinking of me, that's for sure.
Leave that.
Sophie, stop. I don't want to think about this. The gommage. Oh.
Family. Well, that's what the paperwork says, at least.
The paperwork says we're family. Dude, there was no more beautiful relationship in this game than Gustav and Mael. Like, that, even though it was brief, basically like the first third of the game, maybe, Gustav and Mael, you can tell that there is a deep, genuine love between the two of them. Like, he wants to protect her and look after her, and she looks up to him and sees him as someone that she deeply cares about and loves, because it's like they are the brother-sister duo that everyone loves. Paige, sorry to interrupt, but all that dog talk got me thinking about one of my favorite animal-related episodes, Sho Gintama. I highly recommend you watch episode 129 to 130. It's a beautiful short arc about a dog and its owner. Oh, consider it done. Consider it done. I've heard of Gintama, but I've never watched it. But I will take that under consider it done. I'll report back. And that was no interruption. You're fine. You're all good. Consider it done. I'm excited. I've never watched Gintama, but I'm looking forward to watching this for sure, because I love a good dog story. I really do. Like, some of my favorite movies are, like, one of my favorite movies of all time is literally Hachi, and that movie, like, breaks my heart, like, every time. It's like, I've seen it multiple times, and now having a dog, it breaks my heart. It's one of the most beautiful films you could ever watch, genuinely. Oh god, it made you sob. Oh man, I'm sure it'll get the tears going. I know it. I mean, I love getting recommendations like that. So consider it watched. Absolutely. I am so excited. I'm excited to feel emotion. Honestly, when a game or a show or any kind of media can get emotions out of me, especially sadness, that to me makes that instantly to me raises the bar as far as the show goes. I'm like, yeah, this is a show, this is a movie I definitely want to keep watching. This is a game I definitely want to keep playing, you know. I genuinely, yeah, it really impacts you. It really impacts me. Like, I love that. I love that kind of stuff so much. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for recommending that. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to cry. Oddly enough, I'm very much looking forward to that.
Work probably says we're dead too, so
Yeah, probably.
Oh, the fire.
Ooh, nice one.
I know.
I love their dynamic so much. Oh god, I miss this man. I miss Gustav, bro.
Don't get cocky. It was Okay.
Told me great.
The voice acting in this game, by the way, is second to freaking none. I mean, two of the voice actors and one of the voice actresses literally got recommended for like the voice cast of like the year at the Game Awards. Like literally 3 of the cast got nominated. It's absurd. I love the dynamic between these two as well. CL and Lune, they just come off as like old friends that have been friends for so many years, and they've experienced hardship after hardship after hardship. Like, that's how they come off. Because I believe CL, I saw the nomination. It really was. I streamed the nomination video, and I was like, Expedition 33 showed up like 12 freaking times, and I'm like, yes, yes. This is amazing. This is great. Never did I feel like we were winning more than ever. I'm like, I'm so happy right now. But I absolutely love the dynamic between CL and Lune. I really do. They come off as friends that have just been friends through the hardest of times. And I think they even said that they met because, like, CL went to go cry somewhere away from the world, essentially. Like, she went, like, into a building to cry just by herself because her parents just vanished in front of her. They just gommaged. And then Lune's parents did, too. So they both were able to comfort each other literally on the day of both of their sets of parents dying. So that just, oh, it stands out to me so much, guys. It really does. Oh my god, this music is everything. It's everything. Oh, the oh my god, this scene's amazing. Oh, I won't spoil anything, but that's amazing. I love that scene. Oh my god, this game is everything, bro. Oh, there's so many heartbreaking moments, man. Oh, we're playing this. We're playing it. I'm buying it on PC to play. I bought it on PS5 before, but I'm buying it on PC. You know why? Because Sandfall Entertainment deserves my freaking money. I know. I can't believe it's indie either, because this is literally, it is AAA quality for the price of an indie game, and there is more content coming out. They're not even done. And you know what's crazy? A lot of AAA games, you know how they have that problem where they're like released kind of half-baked almost, like they're not completed at that point. There's still a lot of things that are not fully done, fully tested, and like there's a day one patch, but even that doesn't iron everything out. This indie studio, Sandfall Entertainment, released this game not only completed for $50, which is $10 less than a AAA game. So automatically it's like great, that's phenomenal for the amount of content you're getting. But I get what you mean, and I try to compensate. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they try to fix it over time. There was an example that Nakey Jakey on YouTube gave. He's a YouTuber that I absolutely love to watch, and he gave an example of like someone, you're basically at Subway, okay, and you go up to the person and you're like, okay, can you make me a sandwich? Like, can you make me a sub? And it's like, okay, yeah, sure. They give you the bread and they give you nothing else, and it's like, well, the sandwich, like, it's not done yet. And they're like, just give it time. 3 weeks later, the guy from Subway shows up, and you're like, what are you doing here? He hands you the lettuce, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I mean, yeah, all right. And then a month later goes by, gives you the meat. A couple days, maybe a few days later, if you're lucky, he shows up with the condiments, the sauces, shows up with that stuff, the ranch and all that, the sriracha. It's like, that's the way it feels. They're supposed to give you a completed product, but instead they bleed these little, like a blood drip or like a water drip or whatever. It's a saline drip. What the heck is wrong with me? A blood drip. But they basically they saline drip you these little bits, and over time, and they don't release a completed product. They don't give you the finished sandwich. They give you the bread and are like, okay, we'll complete the rest of the sandwich later. Oh, they absolutely can't. Yes, they are. They are very cold with it. It's like, it just goes to show how unfeeling a lot of game companies are, and a lot of, development studios are. Whereas with Sandfall Entertainment, there was love in this game, man. There was love in this game. You can tell they loved what they were making, and they wanted it to be good. They wanted it to be great, and you can tell with every song, every combat encounter, every enemy design, every single thing in this game screams to me, I love what I'm making, and I'm gonna freaking make it the best I can. That is what this game tells me. I'm gonna make this game the best thing you've ever freaking played. I'm gonna make this the best sandwich you've ever had. You are going to love this sandwich, and they gave it to you complete. No drip, no dripping of content, nothing. They released the game. It was tested. It worked. It had a few bugs. It's an indie studio. What do you expect? A few bugs here and there. It was released in a completed state. There was very few major bugs or any huge issues, and it was a complete game, complete experience, beginning to end, nothing missing. That's what they did. An indie studio. They somehow stomped out AAA. And I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier about that, honestly. And it goes to show the power of passion in the game like community. That's the thing. That's the only thing indie devs have that. Yes, that's why they are so great. Exactly. They know that they're small time, but it allows them to make something extraordinary. It basically makes it so there's no ceiling. You can keep going up. That's all you can do as an indie studio, because you're starting essentially at the bottom. All you can do is go up. All these other companies, they're so huge that they're scared to release a game that maybe changes the mold or, goes back to something that everybody loved. Big companies are so scared of failure that they either don't try anything new or they go in the polar opposite direction, and they go so far away from the product everybody loved that no one likes it now. Indie studios, they're like, you know what? We're going to make what we love, and if people love it, they will come to us. We're going to make something we love, though. And that's what Expedition 33 was. That's what Hollow Knight was. That's what freaking Deltarune and what's it called? Wow, I forgot. Undertale. That's those iconic games. What was it? Is it Solution 1? I forget what it's called. But it was released earlier this year. Megabonk. There's so many games. There's so many indie games that took the world by storm and are beloved because you can tell, hey, I want this to be a fun experience. I want it to be a good experience. I want my player to leave this feeling good about the time they spent, because we're spending the most valuable thing we can, not our money, our time on a game. We're spending our time on this, and we want it to be worth it. That's what we want. We want a worthwhile experience, and that is what Expedition 33 is. It's a worthwhile experience. Oh, everything in this game was stellar.
Don't you accept who you are?
Oh, I cannot wait to play this. I'm downloading it tonight. I'm gonna get it on the Steam store and download it. It's happening. It's already a done deal. Consider it already done. It's like the episodes that Mordecai recommended, like Gintama, like consider it done.
For those who come
Consider it done. It's gonna happen. Oh, I hate this. I hate this scene so much. Oh my god. This game was everything, guys. This game was everything. Oh, so good. Just breaks my heart. In the best way. In the best way. This game breaks my heart. It stomps on it. My heart's already destroyed. It's already destroyed, and it's still digging its heel into it.
The lights dim and the room.
It's still digging its heel into it. And you know what? I love every moment of it. I love the pain it causes me because it makes me feel. It makes me feel emotion. And I freaking love that. I love that so much. Oh my god. I'm literally getting it tonight. Like, that is absolutely going to happen. But anyway, I think for now, I was hoping to get to Hollow Knight, but I know that for me, I do want to get a few more things done before the weekend's over. Like getting our place cleaned up and all that stuff. Have you ever had that famous... Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2. That got me. And I would say Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Those are the 2 games that really got emotion out of me, I would say. Because Kingdom Hearts used to be my favorite game of all time. It really was. And then Expedition 33 came out, and then that took its spot as my favorite game of all time. So I have no complaint. I mean, I bought the freaking vinyls as soon as they dropped. Literally for Expedition 33, I bought the vinyl collection like as soon as it dropped because I'm like, I need this in my veins now. That's essentially how I felt about it. But yeah, I'm so happy that I could share this with you guys. And what we're gonna do is we'll be back either later today or tomorrow, and we'll be back with more streaming, possibly Expedition 33, possibly Hollow Knight. I need to take a look and see what I'm feeling more like streaming. But if you guys, enjoyed the stream or everything, feel free to follow. You guys are much appreciated for stopping in. I love being able to talk to y'all. You guys are great. You guys are great, for real. Oh yeah. No, we're streaming 33. That is happening. We're streaming 33. Like, I mean, am I gonna stream it tomorrow? Who knows? Who knows? We're gonna have to see. But honestly, I love streaming reaction content, but I also love streaming games that I love too. And Expedition 33 would be such a gem to stream. I mean, I would love to share that with you guys and just share my thoughts and feelings on it. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. You guys are great. And I hope you have a phenomenal evening, and I'll see you real soon, alright? Catch you around.